How's it going, everybody? My name is Artorigold, and today I am going to go over another Teamfight analysis. This time it's going to be on my SMURF account, somewhere around the High Masters, somewhere close to GM. As a lot of people know, Gibraltar is very much famous to be a Winston Diva map, as well as a very good Widowmaker map. So for these reasons, it's going to be a very dive kind of map, except for if you have any Widowmaker players on your team. She has just such amazing line of sights on this map. So anyways, I'm going to go over the first fight and kind of have a little bit of a rundown on what happens and what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what my goals are, and what exactly what I'm trying to do here. So I'm going to go over and recap what happened in that very first team fight, which is going to be the very first one in the game. Everybody's grouped up. It's going to probably be the most clean fight. So the first thing that you want to do is you usually want to give the cart some space in the beginning. There's no need to like dive them into the spawn. Kind of want to wait till the enemy team kind of comes in towards you on the high ground where you're positioned. So here I'm gonna jump down. I'm going to use my bubble, but I'm not looking to go and engage with my leap. There's no need to do that. I can simply just drop down, do damage, bubble, do what Winston needs to do, but not necessarily waste my leap. I just use that for the escape ability. So all I'm trying to do here is apply pressure to the objective. There's a Lucio on the point and a Winston on the point, and I'm just trying to do as much as possible. And once I get to like below half health, that's when you kind of want to use your leap ability and get out of there. Another big reason why I wanted to get out of that fight earlier too was because my Zenyatta got picked by the Doomfist, which is really unfortunate. And I believe, as you can see, my entire team is kind of going into this area to kind of pick off the Doomfist, which they do successfully. So we kind of do a little bit of a trade, but they definitely have the advantage because the Doomfist is going to get back a lot quicker than our Zenyatta will. So here I'm going to continue to do damage, and then I'm going to not use my leap again and save it to when I'm below half health. Save it to when I'm half health or below, and then I use my leap to escape. And at this point, I'm just looking to wait to get healed up and use my bubble cooldowns on the enemy healers. I actually really mess up right there. Good work that we're able to get the Winston as a pick, but I unfortunately, here's where I mess up. I kind of flick a little bit, where obviously what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to leap out, but I kind of flick a little bit, which makes me hit the wall, and I hit my head on the ceiling like a big dummy. Because of that, I really mess up my leap. But here we're just cleaning them up very nicely. There's no reason not to use your bubble in this situation because it's just going to help save somebody's life. Even though you have the advantage, you have the number advantage, and obviously they're trapped in that mega health pack room. So in this instance, we won the fight, and now I'm basically waiting to see what the enemy team is going to do. Are they trying to get the high ground? Are they going to try to go underneath the tunnel? Because I'm a high health target who's very hard to kill, and I have Primal Rage coming up at about 2%, and I have an escape ability, I'm really good at just getting on the high ground and extending to where you don't really ever want to be if you're a DPS or a support, but because you're Winston, or if you're Diva, you can get away with doing this. So you want to scout a little bit, kind of apply pressure. See, the Brig wanted to go up there, but obviously if I'm sitting here and I'm threatening her, this completely denies her positioning. So obviously the Brig wants to go on high ground, but she can't now because I'm there and I'm going to be able to just zap her to death. So basically that Brig has to go find a different way or wait for her team to go with her. Either way, that right there just effectively wasted her time, and that's what you're trying to do on defense. You're trying to waste the enemy time. So here, I'm going to go ahead and leap out, use the bubble to do a little bit more damage to him. It's not really going to do that much, honestly. I'm not happy with that bubble usage. I don't think it was very good. I think a bubble would have been better used to save it till some other instance. Like using a bubble here doesn't really do anything against it basically prevents Lucio from hitting me with some more shots. Other than that, I don't really like it. Maybe the Doomfist did a little bit less damage to me that way, but I mean, Doomfist's main thing is he's going to punch you. He doesn't care about his gun, so the bubble was really bad. I definitely felt like that was more of a waste. So here, I'm going to just kind of play as passively and safe as I can, but I get anti-nated. I'm really low health, and unfortunately, I mess it up somehow. I should have used my Primal Rage there. So that was a pretty big mistake by me. I mean, there's so many reasons why that was bad, right? So here, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next fight. So right now I'm going to contest the point, but we're at kind of a disadvantage. Everybody's staggered. I only have one person over here. Who is it? So Diva's over here. We have a pick on their main healer. So that's one advantage that we got going on for us. They're down their main healer, but we're down like a lot more. There's basically, it's Winston Diva, and I have my ult for a little bit of stall time. I mean, it's not a bad idea to stall the cart in this scenario, but it wouldn't be as much value if it wasn't for the fact that their Ana was dead. So not only is the Ana dead, our Diva is going to use a bomb on the point, which is actually really good for contesting it. And one of the things that you can do as Winston, as I can actually use my ult to kind of make the Diva bomb better. So obviously, what's the enemy team going to do? They're going to try to hide around things, right? You can use your ultimate to boop them back into the bomb so they can get the kill from it, or just, you know, if they're hiding. It's not going to work as well on characters like Brig because she has her shield, but any character that doesn't have a way to block it, such as a barrier, you're able to use your ult on them, knock them into Diva Bomb, and just make it so they don't have the ability to hide or line of sight it. So here the Diva Bomb gets 1 kill. I use my Primal Rage to just kind of do damage and zone people off the cart. And then my Tracer gets a really nice Pulse Bomb on the Brig. But not only that, he also killed the Doomfist before. So here, we won that fight, clearly. So let's go on to the next team fight. So first off, in this next team fight, we're all going to play very on the point. In this situation, when the objective is really close to being captured, I think that's very much so the right move. So we're going to play a bit more defensively and a little bit less aggro, and we're going to try and peel, which is exactly what I'm going to try to do. So ideally, I want to just be on the point, use the bubble on anybody in there, and then I want to try and apply pressure to the supports. Unfortunately, Brigitte is the hardest support to really kind of contest. You might be able to kill her half of the time, but she's not going to go down very quickly, and it's going to be very difficult for a Winston to do it as well. As you can see, I almost die. I get down to like 40 health, so I'm going to just use my leap to try and escape. But at the same time, it's better for the Brig to be hitting me as Winston than it is for her to just completely walking past me and start hitting the back line. So even though I almost die trying to contest a Brig, it's better doing that to try and zone her and make her less effective than letting her just, you know, go and apply that same amount of pressure and kill potential to other people. Right now, we're all kind of at the regroup stage, and we're going to try and contest the point as quickly as possible, as long as we can regroup. One of the big things that happens here is that the Doomfist, for some reason, gets pushed over into this little kind of corner area. Maybe he was trying to check for someone coming out of spawn here. Either way, he's definitely going to get trapped in here. The Moira is pressuring him. I'm pressuring him. He's definitely going to go down. And one of the things I'm going to try to do as Winston is I'm going to body block. Just simply stand here so he's not able to move past. And he's going to try and hit me, but it's just not going to kill me, luckily, because I'm a tank. Any other character and he would have killed. For example, if he went on the Moira there, the Moira would have died, because Moira just uses Fade recently too. So you got to be really careful in this situation. Obviously, what I was trying to do here, I was jumping on the Brig. The Brig was really close to being dead, but then the Nano Boost came out. So at this point, I kind of want to back off, which is exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to back off, not only because the Nano Brig is going to kill me, but also I get hit by a fat purple nade, which is something that's really scary. So instead of focusing on that Brig, I'm immediately going to try and find a different target. It's just way too hard to attack a Brig with Nano. As Winston, you're just not going to do any damage to her, especially with her armor on. So immediately looking for somebody else, even though the Winston isn't the best target, I'm going to go for it because it's a safer option because I'm purple right now, and there's no way that the Winston is going to burst damage me at 359 health. So I'm going to go ahead, do damage, throw some melees in there, but then die because the Brig got on me and the Diva got on me. I do think it was the right idea to go on this Winston, and I didn't expect myself to die. Another reason why is because, as you can see, my anti-nade kind of came off to me right where let's see, let's look at my health. So the anti came off of me at 300 health, and my Moira does have her ultimate. Clearly you can see the coalescence is going on right now, and the Winston is low. I'm at decent health, but with this Moira beam, I'm guessing that I could probably stay alive through some of this damage, if not most of the damage. Unfortunately, I really underestimated the damage potential of the Nano Brig. She had it for that stun combo. I definitely could have used my leap ability to escape back over here, and then wait for Moira to heal me up to complete full, and then I could have went in and re-engaged, and then that would have secured that the Nano Boost would have been gone. At that point, that would have been the much better play. When I took that fight, it was a lot of assumptions. I figured I would stay alive. I guessed that he wouldn't do enough damage. I thought Coalescence would work. And all those theories make sense, and it's, you know, what maybe could have happened in a perfect world. Things go wrong. Things aren't going to go the way you always planned for it. Even though you might have lived or you should have lived in that situation, it might not happen. Things can go wrong pretty quickly, especially when there's a Brig with nano boosts right next to you. Either way, I had the way to prevent my death, but I didn't do it because I made an assumption. So let's go ahead and go over the next team fight. So we're going to get a bit of a regroup phase. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leap onto the point and I'm going to try to apply pressure to the Brig. Now this isn't going to kill her, especially because as you can see, she popped her ult, she's rallying, she's using her rally ability. Whenever a Brig is using rally, you're not going to kill her as Winston. You could zone her, but I don't think the Brig is ever really going to care what you do to her. By putting a bubble on top of her, it does prevent the Ana from being able to heal her, and it does make her a decision like, okay, maybe I need to get out of the bubble. So, but other than that, you're still probably not going to kill her. Maybe if your team focuses her, but it's still a lot of damage that you have to get on a Brig who's rallying, so it's better to just back off. So I leap out in this situation, and at this point, I'm probably going to look to use a Primal Rage into the Diva Bomb. Which is exactly what I'm trying to do, but I unfortunately don't get any good boop kills. I do get just a Primal Rage kill from the straight damage on the Ana, which is huge. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and try and finish up the Winston, because you can see he's really low. I should have used my bubble a little bit earlier there. I do like the leap. The leap on getting out was huge. I actually really like that. So that was the play-by-play. Let's go ahead and take a look a little bit more on the fight itself. So this initial jump on the Brig was subpar at best. It doesn't really accomplish too much from it. It just slows down her rally. That's all it does. One thing is the enemy team is grouped up on Brig, and typically they will because they all want the armor buff. Even though you're not going to kill them as Winston, if the rally is about to end, then you can do a lot of AoE damage on them and kind of just chip away at their armor. Because as you know, the armor is permanent, but once you start, chipping away at it, it'll go away. And one of the things that you do nicely is because they're all grouped up together, your lightning gun is going to be able to get all of them grouped up. It does a pretty big cleave or AoE or whatever you want to call it. So you can really chip away at all of that armor that they have. It's still kind of risky. I think it was a bit more riskier of a play. It paid off for me. I like that I backed off pretty quickly. So here I believe the Diva is going to throw her bomb. So this is a pretty good situation because as you can see, they're all kind of grouped up in this general area. So I do like this Diva Bomb. I think it has a lot of potential, and if I use my Primal Rage correctly on the right targets, it definitely has the potential to kill him. Unfortunately, the target that's in front of me is a Brig, and even though I could boop the Brig around and it might kill the Diva Bomb, she's going to have her shield. So as long as she's able to right click in the right direction, then she's going to not die. And then my Primal Rage is really not going to do that much to her. So ideally I want to go for the Ana. But unfortunately I'm going to go for this Brig because she's just right in front of me. I don't get the Brig, but or the bomb doesn't get the Brig rather. The bomb doesn't get anybody. But luckily, because of this first leap, I'm able to land behind them. And once this is happening, the Ana is completely left alone and unguarded because she's trying to like hide behind this ship, and everybody else is hiding somewhere else. As you can see, they just ran down there. So that means this Ana is completely alone because her team has a while to get to her to try and protect and peel for her. And plus, I got a lot of health. So that also is on my side. So here, I'm just going to go ahead and focus this Ana down, and I can make really quick work of her. Any squishy that you're able to just like beat against a wall is going to go down pretty quickly. And then I use the rest of my Primal Rage on just the first target that I can find. Because there's no main healer, the tanks can even go down really quickly. So going on that Winston is pretty good. He's going to take a lot of damage from the rest of my team. He's out of position. And being able to use a leap melee is also a good way to finish him off. So I really like that I bubble here. I think I bubbled a little too late. I do get healed by the Brig, which is a big help, but I mean, I could have bubbled right here. I think right here would have been a decent bubble. So I see the Diva and Lucio are right behind me. So bubbling right there is really helpful, and it makes it because I know the Diva doesn't have fly. So I do think that would have been a little bit smarter to use my bubble earlier because the Diva definitely did a lot more damage on me than I expected. So in then this next team fight, we're actually going to leap really far up here. And we're going to try to get some picks on them as they get out. As you can see, the Doomfist dies. So I guess one of the things I should talk about in general is just the second point on Gibraltar and kind of how it works. If I can get a good line of sight or frame of it, it would be amazing. Okay, this is about as good as it gets. One of the things about Gibraltar is that on this point specifically, there's only 4 ways that the enemy is going to come out. There's the door right here, there's the door below, and then there's the door on below and here, pretty much just like right like that. So these are the 4 doors that these people can come out of, and basically it's kind of like playing a game of whack-a-mole. If you have Winston and D.Va, which you should on this map, you'll be able to see whatever door the enemy comes out of, this one being the highest priority, this one being the second, and then these being 3 and 4. Basically, these are kind of the same. They're not really going to be any different. But basically, this is going to be the biggest one is 1, and this one is where people who get the high ground, such as Widow or whatever, are going to be up here, and pretty much the rest of the team is going to come out this way. Very little or anybody going to come off these 2 directions. So when you're playing on defense, you want to look to see where the enemy team is going, and as Winston and D.Va, your job is to go after the number 2. So number 1, the enemy team is pretty much just going to trickle through and go through the point, and if you go there, it's not very good for a few reasons. You have all these like boxes and crates and crap right here. And basically that's going to mean that there's no line of sight for any of your healers to heal you if you try to go after door number 1. If you go after door number 1, you're not going to get healed. However, door number 2, you have potential to get healed because your teammates, if they're on the high ground behind you, like if they're near inside the ship, on top of the ship, or on the bridge, they have a good line of sight of door number 2 and they're able to heal you while you contest it. And also, it's generally the Widow or the Widow that's going to come out here, and it's really good for the Winston and D.Va to try and dive the Widow. So always keep those things in mind whenever you're playing on Gibraltar, and that's really what you should be looking to do. So what I'm going to do is, at the beginning, I'm going to wait to get healed by Moira, and then I'm going to go up to door number 2, because 1, I know there's somebody up there, because I saw D.Va up there who was taking damage. So I'm going to go up here and probably get, punched to the ground, but that's okay. I'm just going to leap right back up there. It's not a big deal. And then I'm going to try and contest the high ground from the enemy team. So here I see that there is a Winston and a D.Va, I believe. Yeah, so there's a Winston and D.Va up there, and not only are we going to get the pick on the Doomfist really early, we also are going to kind of pinch them here, because they're here, and we're pinching them up the high ground, me, D.Va, and I guess a Brig. I don't know how Brig got up here. You can see her flail. But there's also, as you can see right there, there's a little bit of Doomfist. Doomfist got killed, and our Doomfist is up here, and he's going to attack him from that side. We're going to push him from this side, and it's going to be a really good pincer attack. If nothing else for going for these kills, it's definitely going to give us some ult charge. So I'm going to do the same technique that I've been doing and how you should be playing as Winston. You want to go and engage, do damage, and then leap out. Don't use your leap to engage in those situations. Just kind of fall down and let gravity do its thing. It's also going to deny the enemy team where they want to fight. I mean, obviously, where does the enemy team want to be? They don't want to be fighting over there. They want to be fighting here on the point. This is giving them nothing. They're basically fighting in a place they don't want to fight. They have, like, nothing to gain from winning this fight. Even if they do, they still have to travel all the way to the point, and yeah, it's not what they want to do. It's not what they're looking to try and do. And they're also on the clock right now. We're wasting their time. We're on defense. There's 124. We're wasting their time a lot here, which is something that they are not happy with. So being able to go on that Doomfist is really good. If you see a Doomfist use his E ability, like right here, he uses his punch. Well, either way, if you see a Doomfist use his, his punch or his E ability, those are his primary mobility moves. If you see him use those abilities, it's going to be really difficult for him to get out, because then he's only going to have one or the other. So he's going to use one ability to engage and do damage, and then he has to save that last ability to disengage. If he doesn't, then he's very easy to kill. So make sure to always keep track of that. 4 seconds for punch, 7 for the other 2. So yeah, that Doomfist just got punched by our own Doom. Like, that was huge. It looks like our Doomfist was actually just charging up and waiting for it, and then the D.Va on our team was actually body blocking it. So yeah, that was really good. I didn't really do anything right there, but I do think that was really the right play. One of the things about really small doorways like this is that you can body block people. I mean, watch this. I body blocked the Winston, right? This Winston is stuck in here. He's not able to get out unless he uses his leap ability. Otherwise, he can't hit W to get out, so he's completely stuck, and it forces him to waste his ability. And when he uses his ability, he's not going to be able to use it where he wants to because I'm trapping his aim with it. So he's going to land like right here, and then he's going to be forced to drop down. So always try to body block people if you can. If you have a lot of health, abuse that. Let him just soak the damage, body block them, don't allow them to escape, and then just clean up the kill together. So with that, we pretty much cleaned up the fight. Our Doomfist got all the kills, and now we're just going to go aggressive and do exactly what I just said. Kill the Winston because he has no abilities, and at this point we're going to apply pressure to spawn and then probably get out. So now we're looking at less than a minute for the enemy team, and this is probably going to be the last fight, and I have my ult, so I want to make sure that I use everything here. So here, like I said before, people want to go up this doorway, and you do a really good you do a really good job of being able to do a lot of damage to them, especially as Winston, because your lightning gun is going to hit everybody in that. Everybody's going to get hit by a lightning gun. And I think an ult would have been better here. Like, at this instance, I think I would have what I think would have been better, I should have used my leap, then I should have used my ult, pushed them all back, and I would have done a lot of damage to him, is what I'm saying. Playing with my lightning gun here is definitely a safer option. I mean, we get the kill still, but I don't know. I guess I'm saving Primal Rage for overtime situation, which can be decent. Oh, he's going to use Primal Rage. I don't think that Primal Rage was very good for him. I mean, we're not in an overtime situation yet. I think it might be better to save the Primal Rage for the last fight, which is in 15 seconds. And then they commit the Lucio beat too? I don't like that Lucio beat. So he uses the Lucio beat because he was going to die there. That's basically what he was going to do. But I mean, yeah, I guess in his situation, from his point of view, you have to use that Lucio beat, right? Because if you die now, you're probably not going to reach the point of touch the point, but you're still, the enemy team's staggered, and they're also really low. He just finished Primal Rage, and look at his health. It's really low. So what I would have liked to do there is I wanted to bubble the beat. So one of the things with your bubble is you can make the beat not go out any further, but he's able to have that like half a second window where the beat's able to travel with him. So if he gets out of the bubble quick enough, the beat goes to more people. But that's one of the things, that's my goal there. So here I'm going to go on the Lucio. I think that's probably my priority. I'm going on the D.Va. I don't like going on the D.Va. Okay, so I'm zoning the Brig. Trying to zone as much as possible. I think going for this Ana is huge, actually. Going for that Ana is really big brain. Getting her is huge. No main healer. Now all they have is a Lucio and Brig. A Brig is really low. Just bam, punch her right in the jowl. And the Winston's going to try and touch. Now just try, they're trickling in, so we just need to focus targets. Winston's really good at cleaning fights up, so that's good. We used Rally too. And here I'm just going to push up to the door to body block. Okay, great. So overall, that was that team fight section, and that was Gibraltar on defense and how to play Winston on defense. I tried to analyze these team fights to the best of my ability. I'm still really upset that I didn't kill that Lucio, and I really think that we all should have focused him, and that's pretty bad. Focusing targets is an extremely important thing that's very valuable and gets only more valuable at the higher level of gameplay. You call that target, you use all your abilities on them, no amount of healing in the world can save them. Maybe unless they have a Brig, but I mean, unless they have a Brig, then that dive is just going to be unstoppable. I mean, you got Winston jumping on someone, D.Va jumping on someone, the missile damage, the lightning damage, the leap damage, the melee damage, then you have a Genji Tracer Doomfist jumping on that target, and the Zenyatta Discord Orb on that I mean, that guy is dead. And that's why dive was so meta for so long. But now we have Brig, so dive isn't as good. But at the same time, it's nice to have the meta switch up a little bit. That was it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and go into part 2 for the offense section. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. And I'll see you guys next time.